Nobody ever told me that starting a YouTube channel that people actually want to watch and listen to would be such a hard thing to accomplish. It is no joke. I'll tell you, it has tested me even through learning new skill sets, even through being uncomfortable on camera. YouTube is a universe of its own. It's a university of its own. And unless you are creating content or at least recording, you will not progress in this space. See, just like that, I don't know what just happened. I was recording and all of a sudden my camera somehow started recording me on slow motion mode and it messed up my entire take. This is exactly what I mean. Nobody understands how difficult and how hard it can be to start a YouTube channel that has substance and quality that people are interested in. It's apropos to baking a cake, starting a YouTube channel is. It's similar to baking a cake with all of the ingredients and no recipe. So you can find everything to do, how to do it, to what extent to do it on YouTube. True enough. But there is no such space that I found or channel where you are actually really shown where and how much to apply certain elements of creating a YouTube channel. And so before starting a YouTube channel, I would just suggest to some people that you don't think about content that you want to create. Because when I mean that YouTube is a completely different universe, what you want to create won't necessarily be seen. Because what is seen is based on the algorithm and what people are searching for. YouTube is a search engine. So you have to make sure that you create content and that you have your titles and your subtitles in a way that you are findable through searchable means through a traditional search engine. So my results so far have been shameful and embarrassing, to say the least. But it's motivating me. I have a mission, and my mission is to be successful at creating content, quality, valuable content that my audience subscribe to, that they love to listen to, and it adds value to their lives. It will change them and transform their life in some way, form, or fashion. That is my goal. Because the initial goal that I had was to talk about sales, to talk about real estate, to talk about commission sales and how much sales will change your life. But I will tell you, I've spent so much time and effort in creating content centered around sales and teaching sales strategies, only for that content to get 8 impressions over a 30-day period and 0 views. I kid you not, 0 views. And it has, instead of stifling me and stumping my self-esteem, it has motivated me to literally figure this YouTube thing out, to figure out my content and figure out my audience space. So that is my goal. And so that is what I will be talking about for the time being. Just in case anyone else out there is struggling or having the same issues, I am going to be very transparent. I am going to show you exactly what steps that I am taking to get the results that I am looking for. And hopefully that can be valuable enough in order to keep you engaged, to encourage you to subscribe and like my content and my channel. And don't just take it from me. All everyone ever says is just start shooting. Just start filming. Just start recording. Just post. Well, that isn't necessarily the case. And I'll tell you why. I understand the mindset that they're coming from, because ultimately what they're trying to do is get you conditioned to recording videos and basically self-capturing the lessons that you need to learn along the way. So trial and error. And you can do this without actually posting this content. Just record and get in front of the camera. Get in front of the camera as often as you can and attempt to have a conversation in a way, in a format, or a style that you intend to entertain your audience with. That is the goal of recording. Now, posting to YouTube is a different story. You don't have to upload to get comfortable on camera. But the more you record, you will figure out all of the editing tips and tricks and the skill set when it comes to recording and capturing video and audio on a phone or whatever apparatus that you're using for your content. You'll basically obtain all of those skills, most of those skills. I'll say probably about 60% of the necessary skills that are non-technical. Now, the technical skills, you can capture most of that also, but implementing those skills is a different story. And it does take sometimes people with experience because you have none. And when people introduce content on YouTube to help you with certain things, they stray away from the point so much that you literally have to watch 44 minutes of a video just to get to one single piece of the content that led you to watch that video anyway. So, no one wants to go down that rabbit hole. So with all of that said, the best thing that I can say is, again, starting a YouTube channel and creating content that people will actually see is a little bit like baking a cake that that you only have the ingredients for and no recipe. Baking a cake without the recipe, only the ingredients. And that is what you have to start with when you are creating a YouTube channel.